What's going on, everyone? This is John Tessitore. First of all, it is such a pleasure to be talking to you guys right now. I know this didn't work out as we had all planned. I was excited to meet all you guys in person, but doing this virtually, it shows the heart, it shows the passion that we all have. It shows that we're not giving up. It shows that we're not going to stop connecting with each other. I think that's one of the most important things possible during this difficult time, is even though we are isolated physically, doesn't mean we have to be isolated socially. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is John Tessitore, and I founded the JCK Foundation back in 2011. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my own experience, and really about the importance of being yourself and not being afraid to get help and not being embarrassed of who you are. Back when I was in the 7th grade, I was initially diagnosed with OCD. I was so embarrassed. I was so ashamed. I felt like I was the only person on earth that had this. And I'll never forget, my buddy John Kelly, who was my older brother Paul's best friend, came up to me and he took me under his wing. He goes, John, I hear you have OCD. And I was like, wait, who told you that? And he goes, dude, like our parents talk. And I was like, well, why would they tell you this? And he goes, John, it's because I have OCD too. You're gonna be okay. And I remember when I initially had that connection, and I had someone that had my back and let me know that I was gonna be okay, it made me feel so much better about myself. It made me feel like I could take on the world. And it proved to me that, hey, just because I'm suffering from a mental illness doesn't mean I can't live a happy, healthy, and successful life. And as time went on, certain things happened, and I know that you guys may have seen the documentary by now. And unfortunately, John lost his battle in 2011. And it was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through, because being an OCD sufferer myself, this is my biggest fear. And I knew that I had to do whatever it took, to bring people together and let other people know that they're not alone, that they could fight this. And I'll never forget, when I was trapped in my own thoughts, this motivated me to say, you know what? I'm not going to be afraid of who I am. I'm not going to be afraid to open up. I'm not going to be afraid to tell my friends about this. And it was this really beautiful thing where we all came together after John passed away, and we started the Legends softball tournament. We all wore old Little League jerseys, and we all came together from wherever we were in life to play for John. We weren't just playing for John. We were playing for anyone else who was going through this. We were playing for anyone that might be suffering in silence. We didn't want anything that happened to John to happen to anyone else. And most importantly, we wanted to let everyone know that they're loved and that their story matters. So I'm here talking right now because I want to let anyone know out there who is suffering, I got your back. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'll do anything to help you guys. John did everything in his power to help me with my own OCD. And he made me feel so comfortable, so loved, so valued. And I gotta pass that on to anyone else who needs it. So anyone out there that is going through it right now, just understand that pain has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And we're gonna get through this together. And your story matters more than you can even imagine. So never be afraid to reach out and get help. I talk to my friends, I talk to a therapist. The same therapist I saw 9 years ago, I still see today as a 30-year-old. And I'm not ashamed of it. Quite frankly, it makes me stronger. So don't be ashamed to get help. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to be yourself. And I gotta say, that was the most liberating thing for me ever, because now me and my friends, we talk about this. I can talk with you guys about it. I'll be honest, I really will do anything to help you guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for breaking the stigma. If you see someone sitting in the corner by themselves, when all this ends, when you're back out in public with people, don't be afraid to reach out to that person. Don't be afraid to see how they're doing, because you can change a life just by being compassionate, just by being empathetic. And I'm telling you, we could do this. Let's go. It's gonna be a beautiful spring day one of these days. We're gonna get out of this hole. We gotta get through the tough times right now. But I promise you, as hard as it is right now, it's gonna make us stronger, and we've got your back. So love you guys, stay safe, and most importantly, you're never alone. Let's get through